All right, we're digging into the 2026 Cyber Risk Outlook today. And honestly, some of the findings are pretty eye-opening. The old rules for cyber defense, they've been completely rewritten. So in this explainer, we're going to walk you through exactly what this new reality looks like. Okay, let's just jump right in with the single most important number you need to know about cybersecurity for 2026. 34 minutes. Any guesses what that could be? That's right, 34 minutes. That is the average time it now takes for an attacker to jump from one compromised computer to spreading all across your network. It's called breakout time. And the fact that it's gotten so fast, well, it means that waiting for a human to respond just isn't going to cut it anymore. The game has totally changed. So, how did we even get here? How did things get so incredibly fast? Let's take a closer look at how the attacker's playbook has evolved. Just look at this. The speed of modern attacks is, well, it's kind of staggering. In just 2 years, the time it takes for the fastest kind of data theft has dropped from 4.5 hours to just 6 minutes. And ransomware? That's gone from 6 hours down to 19 minutes. This isn't just a small step up, it's a revolutionary leap in how fast these attacks happen. Now, this new speed isn't just happening on its own. It's possible because attackers have gotten really good at exploiting these deep, foundational weaknesses that have been building up in our systems for years. The report has a great name for it: a crisis of cyber debt. And you've really got to get your head around this concept of cyber debt. Think of it as all the unresolved problems in your technology, the software you never patched, the old servers you never updated. It's exactly like a mortgage, but instead of money, the interest that's compounding every single day is your security risk. And the scale of this problem is just huge. This chart, this decay curve, it shows that 42% of the most critical security flaws are still sitting there, unpatched, after a whole year. And get this, 10% are still vulnerable after 5 years. These aren't just little gaps, they are permanent, wide-open doors for attackers. And here's the real kicker. This isn't just about your own code. Your biggest risk might actually be with the partners and the software you rely on every day. Critical security holes in their code can sit there for almost a full year, which means you're totally exposed through no fault of your own. So who's stuck in the middle of this whole storm? That would be the Chief Information Security Officer, or CISO, and their job has never, ever been more challenging. They're the ones who have to defend against these machine speed threats, all while sitting on top of years of this cyber debt. You know, the CISO in 2026 is really caught in a trap. They know exactly where the biggest threat is coming from. You can see third-party risk is their #1 priority. But where do they actually spend all their time? Putting out fires internally. They're basically forced to fight battles inside their own walls, all while knowing the real danger is coming from the outside. It is an incredibly high-pressure, high-turnover job. The average CISO at a big company lasts less than 4 years, and that's a direct result of all this pressure. It's become such a critical role that the average pay is over $800,000, which just shows you how much responsibility rests on their shoulders to navigate this crazy new reality. So if attacks are moving way too fast for humans, what's the solution? Well, ironically, it's the very same technology that's making the attacks so fast in the first place: AI. And this has kicked off a brand new kind of arms race, with AI right at the center of it. And I want you to just look at this number: 1,210%. No, that's not a typo. That is the insane increase in AI-powered attacks that we saw in just a single year. Attackers are using AI to make their campaigns faster, bigger, and more automated than we've ever seen before. So, of course, the defenders are fighting back. More than half of all companies are now pouring money into AI-driven defense. I mean, it makes sense, right? If you want to fight machine speed attacks, you need machine speed defenses. There's really no other way. But, and this is a really big but, AI isn't some magic wand you can just wave at the problem. It brings its own serious risks to the table. Leaders are now genuinely worried that the AI systems they've built to protect them could actually turn on them. Over half are scared their own defensive AI might leak sensitive data or just go rogue, causing as much damage as an actual attack. And that right there brings us to the central problem, the core tension of what cybersecurity really is in 2026. It's a new reality that's completely defined by this AI double-edged sword. So when you put it all together, our new reality really comes down to 3 big connected themes. We've got a massive blind spot with our third-party partners. We've got a total collapse in response time, from hours down to just minutes. And we have this double-edged sword of AI, which is at the same time our absolute biggest threat and our most critical defense.
And all of that leaves us with one final, pretty big question to think about. As we're trying to figure all this out, in a world where both the attackers and the defenders are operating at the speed of algorithms, what is left for us to do? What is the new role for human strategy, for our oversight, and for our judgment?